Assalamu alaikum, hallo en 'n hartlike welkom by Proe. Ek is Abidah Dixon Mohamed. Vandag kuier ek in Tygerdal by Chef Wadia Dramat.
Ek sien ons het 'n soort van, kom ek sê net, vleis voor my. Maar ek gaan nou nie eers probeer om die name te noem nie, want julle is mos nou die chefs en julle is mos nou die regte mense. En julle pronounce alles mos nou tog so wonderlik. Vertel vir ons kykers, wat se tipe vleisies goeders het ons vandag hier?
So today we've got Dalwil Karoo lamb.
Dalwil. Die Dalwil, né?
Die Dalwil.
Oh, okay, Dalwil.
Ons doen Dalwil Karoo lamb.
Yes, okay.
It's not any lamb.
Yes.
It is Karoo lamb. So it's very special.
Yeah.
And what makes this lamb very special is the fact that it feeds on herbs and rooibos and lavender.
Yes.
So it actually adopts that flavor in the lamb. It's such a beautiful product to work with. And it's very special.
Nou jy het ook dan vroeër vir my genoem om te sê, daar is 'n verskil tussen hierdie twee. Vertel gou vir ons kykers wat se verskil, want ek het gehoor van 'n meisie en 'n seun.
Ja, en Abidah, dat is 'n groot verskil. Ek gaan hierdie een vat.
Okay.
Hierdie een is 'n meisie. Hoe weet ek dis 'n meisie? It literally has a thin little bone,
Yeah.
and it's very delicate.
Okay.
I need to know this because she literally is going to cook 2 minutes aside, 5 minutes in the oven, and then it's perfect.
Okay.
You need to know this in the restaurant industry because here we have a boy. It's fatter,
Yeah.
it's got a thicker bone,
Yes.
and it actually has an extra piece of muscle, like a sinewy muscle. Because the girls sort of want to sit down and relax and be girly girls, where the boys actually...
Hulle is 'n bietjie wild.
Hulle is wild.
Ah.
Hulle is 'n bietjie wild.
Okay.
This will cook for about 3 to 4 minutes aside
Okay.
before it's going to be perfect.
Alright, nou ek kan dan vir julle sê, ek het nie eens geweet 'n mens kry 'n meisie en 'n seun in die tipe van vleis. Ek weet net van 'n girl en 'n boy in 'n tipe dier homself. Maar ek gaan vir jou sê vandag leer Wadia weer vir my iets nuuts. Nou Wadia, wat is die bestanddele hier en wat se werk het jy vir my om vir my besig te hou hierso?
Okay, so the dish we're doing, it's a typical restaurant dish. We're doing the Karoo lamb cutlets.
Okay.
We're going to give them a tandoori lamb cutlet marinade.
Okay.
And we're doing some honey glazed carrots.
Okay.
Got these beautiful
Honey
little
glaze.
honey glazed
Oh,
carrots.
honey glaze.
They're very pretty. They've already been washed and
Yeah.
rinsed. Just needs a bit of a trim.
Okay.
So I'm going to need you to trim that.
Okay. Kan ek maar enige mensie vat? En waar gaan ek kom
En
trim?
net so daar.
Net so.
Net so daar.
Okay. Alright.
And then we'll do some thyme mash.
Yes.
And then we'll be ready with some plating as well.
Okay. So terwyl ek nog gou hier aangaan, gee gou vir ons kykers 'n rundown daardeur. Wat het jy hier?
Okay, so for the tandoori marinade, we have got some plain yogurt.
Yes.
We'll just add this yogurt as well
Okay,
in the
hoeveel
bowl.
is alles wat
This
jy
is 1 cup of yogurt.
Yeah.
I have 1 teaspoon of turmeric and 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri chili powder.
Okay.
We'll add that.
Sê gou vir my, ons praat nou van turmeric, maar is daar 'n verskil tussen body en turmeric?
Oh, Auntie Abidah, dat is 'n groot verskil.
Is dit?
Oh, body is amper sogenaamd afgewaterde turmeric. So I don't trust body. The coloring is wrong. It's just wrong. Whereas the turmeric is actually the proper root
Wow.
that has been dehydrated and processed, and that's pure turmeric. It's going to give you a perfect color. Body, I stay far away from
Nou
body.
sien jy nou, né? Ek moet 'n bietjie meer sulke mense kom kuier, want ek gebruik net body.
Oh, nee, asseblief. I hope you change that. Then we have 1 teaspoon of garam masala.
Yeah.
We also have 1 teaspoon of cumin powder.
Wat gemeng is.
But I just put 1 teaspoon, 1 teaspoon.
Okay,
You,
alright.
you can make this here.
Alright.
I have 1 tablespoon of paprika. It's a nice, beautiful Spanish paprika.
Yes.
It's
Is
very
hy
aromatic.
gerookte een?
Just actually the gerookte een.
Well, okay,
Dit
dit is.
is.
Alright.
It's quite.
Okay.
And then we have a little bit of, it's actually a 1/2 teaspoon of saffron powder. This is going to give us that nice orange tandoori color.
Okay. En as ek nou nie saffron het nie, dan wat gebeur?
Then you don't have to use the saffron powder. You can
Okay.
actually just stick to your turmeric. Will
Yeah.
still give you a lovely color.
Alright.
Because the turmeric combined with the paprika will
Yeah.
give you a beautiful bright color as well.
Alright. Dat is nogal lekker.
Yeah. Then, Auntie Abidah, very important. This is my little secret ingredient. When I was working in restaurant, this is what I would make from scratch because it just gives every dish you make an aromatic, fresh flavor. And this is fresh garlic,
Ja.
coriander,
Yes.
and 2 chilies. And if you
Net
smell,
die 3.
and if you smell that,
Net die 3.
net die 3 in die process in, and it just gives every dish just such a wonderful flavor.
Okay, so wat jy eintlik nou vir my sê is jy gaan nie maak soos ek maak nie. Koop daai
No, Auntie Abidah, you can't buy those things. It's filled with MSG and preservatives. It's so bad for you.
Ek wil net
I'm
'n bietjie meer
against
vir
it.
julle kom kry.
I'm against it.
Sodat ek kan presies weet wat is die proses van al die goed, né?
Vars.
Alles vars. Wel,
Alles vars. And then we'll add 1 teaspoon of salt.
Ah.
Now,
Hey.
and we will buy donkey. Daar gaan ons gooi into the boiling water.
So. Ah.
Now we need some time.
Voor ek verder gaan, hoe wil jy hom hê? Hierdie kan nie.
This is not for mashed potatoes, Auntie
Ja, so
Abidah.
maak jy
So
saam.
enige,
Een bietjie kleiner, wat bietjie kleiner. Ja, okay, dit.
Bietjie kleiner.
Daar sê. Ek
En
sal
ons is
so
'n
nou.
bietjie skirt.
Ja, ek moet my vingers stop. Maar.
So we've got some time, and we're just going to break up some curry leaves.
Ja. Kyk hier, ek sal nooit vergeet het toe ek kom train die heel eerste keer begin ek curry leaves gebruik. Toe het ek nou seker 'n bietjie maar te veel ingegooi. En toe het die kinders vir my gesê, "Mommy, we are eating food. We're not eating a tree." En so van daai tyd dan was ek curry leaves gebruik en tel ek maar nou wel eers hoeveel ek maar ingooi. Maar ek het nou seker heeltemal op julle ingegooi.
Colourful.
Hey. Sjoe. Hy lyk sommer so baie kleurig, né?
But the idea, Auntie Abidah, I'm going to add a squeeze some lemon in here. The idea is not to overpower the lamb with too many different flavors. I'm just adding a little bit of an Indian edge to it because the lamb does have its own beautiful flavor. So I'm just going to add just a squeeze of lemon juice in here, and that's our marinade.
Kan ek ooit sommer 'n bottel lemon juice gebruik?
You can use the bottle. I don't like the bottle
Okay,
because
yeah,
there's
that's
also
fine.
preservatives in there.
Alles vars. Wel, okay.
Preservatives are so bad for you, Auntie Abidah, you know. And I
Jy
know
moet weer sien man.
you know, ons hou van shortcuts, but I think with food, it's so precious. You want the flavors to be all beautiful and natural. So,
Ek het
yeah.
pragtig lekker man.
And that is our marinade.
Sure.
That's our tandoori marinade. And it smells amazing. It's so aromatic. It's so divine. I love it.
So
So,
nou sit jy die goedjies hang en op gooi jy daai daar oor.
so now we're going to take our cutlets. And I'm going to just literally, because they're very delicate, we're going to literally just dunk them
Yes.
and let them sit for a little while.
Wow. Nou as jy nou hierdie goed doen in die restaurant, wat word hy genoem? Of wat se meal word hy
So
genoem?
this is the meal. The meal in the restaurant would be tandoori lamb cutlets
Okay.
with Thai mash,
Yes.
a little bit of a lamb jus, and caramelized or honey glazed carrots. And a meal like that in the restaurant will cost you an arm and a leg. But it doesn't have to be that way if you prepare it in your own home.
Natuurlijk gaan dit mos jou probleem is nie, maar die regte chef maak dit dan nou in haar huis. Maar sê gou vir my, hoe lank kook jy nou al as jy nou al daarom al so ver gekom het om 'n chef te wees?
Do you know what, Auntie Abidah? I'm actually an IT engineer by trade. Very late in my life did I decide to actually become a chef.
My goodness.
So I worked for a huge financial corporation for 9 years, I think, before I was blessed to be in a position to be able to study for 3 years to graduate. I studied at HDA School of Culinary Art, and one day I decided I don't like the person that I've become. I don't like this job of mine anymore. I can't do this office anymore.
Yeah.
And I decided I'm going to follow my passion, and my passion is food because my family actually owned a restaurant when I was in my late teens, early 20s. And that's where I saw all the magic happen in the kitchen and the chefs doing their things in the kitchen. So after school and after campus, I would go and work in the restaurant like all family businesses are.
Yeah.
And I just peeked into the kitchen and I saw how they do things, and I just loved it. I loved the kitchen.
Wow.
And I decided, you know what, who says you have to do the same thing all your life?
Exactly.
It must be very boring. And
Exactly.
I changed careers at age 32, and Now I am a chef with my own tiny little small little business, but I'm very, very happy.
Dit is al wat tel. Jy moet gelukkig wees in wat jy doen.
No, I am. It's a struggle sometimes, as life,
Yes.
throws a few struggles your way, but it wouldn't be exciting then. So
Okay, nou hy is nou alles nog klaar. Nou wat nou?
that's done now. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pan fry it. We're going to pan fry it. For the girls, we'll do 2 minutes aside and we'll turn them.
Ek kan nog altyd nie glo dat hy eintlik die verskil ken tussen die girl en die boy met daai goeders op.
We have to.
Ek weet ek ken die verskil tussen die girl en die boy in 'n green pepper, nee. Dat weet ek ja. Okay, maar ek het nog al nie geweet 'n mens kry 'n girl en 'n boy daar in nie, maar okay. Soos hulle sal sê, as altyd die eerste keer vir alles nie.
So Abidah, you're doing very well with the potatoes. It's done.
Dan nou kan jy sien ek het nou al winterwerk ook om met skerp met, nee.
So Auntie Abidah, this potato is thyme mash. So what we're going to do is we're going to infuse the potatoes with the thyme flavor.
Yes.
And we're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. So we're salting our potatoes. I want to cover this slightly, but not completely. That's literally not going to take long to cook now.
Okay.
And our thyme mash. So while our thyme mash is cooking, our carrots are pretty much done.
Yes.
And then we're going to start with our pre-frying of our lamb cutlets.
Ek moet sê ek hou van daai geklik van hy stoor.
Die klank.
Dis vir my te lekker.
Auntie Abidah, ek kan nie op enige ander stoof werk. Die gas is 'n chef se lewe. I must be honest.
Okay, ons gaan nie verder praat dan nie.
So, what is
Nee,
the flavor?
ek wil nou net vra 'n bietjie hoeveel.
So
Sê
just
maar.
maybe half of that? A little bit more?
Okay, there we go.
And we just literally want to warm that
There.
pan. There we go. And so now we're going to look for the girls. We're going to take the ones with the long. Actually, just bring it over here. So we're going to just literally give the girls 2 minutes aside.
Wat ek wil weet, as die pan, hoe warm moet die pan omtrent regtig wees? Sodat jy nou kan weet, okay, hy is nou heeltemal okay, 2 minute, 3 minute is okay.
So generally the pan has to. You can tell.
Okay.
The pan literally you just need to get a sizzle. Then you know that temperature is right. In the restaurant we use the thermometers, so about 220 degrees.
Okay.
But you don't want to go more than that because you're going to burn everything. You don't want the black crust.
Okay.
The only crust you want on this is where there's a bit of fat.
Yes.
We'll place it onto a tray and put it into the oven and it's going to grill for another 5 minutes. That's just to crisp up that lamb fat. There's nothing better than lamb fat, Auntie Abidah.
Moet die meisie kan my nou so lus maak, hè? Dan julle nou dis reg. Ek gaan net vir julle op sê, net, hulle ons nou so kwaai in die technology. So ja, ons het nou die television, maar een van die dae kry ons sommer die smell-o-vision.
This is the pan that we used for the frying of the Karoo lamb.
Yes.
And what I've got here is I've got a little bit of lamb stock.
Yes.
So this lamb stock, I've literally, when I trimmed off the lamb cutlets, there was that extra sinewy fat.
Okay.
I boiled that up with a bit of brown onion stock. And this is what the result is. It's a jus. It's called a jus, and this is one of the items that we use.
En hoeveel het jy omtrent gebruik van die brown onion om aan te gooi om so te
So it's literally just one little
Okay.
brown onion stock. Bring it to a boil. It's like literally just like a half a liter of water. It reduces.
Yes.
So this is a lamb jus reduction. So that's what we use.
Okay.
It's packed with lamb flavor.
Okay,
But
so daai gaan hier in.
Because there's such beautiful flavors inside the pan that we actually fried the Karoo lamb in, we're just going to fuse the two flavors together
En dit lekker dit lyk dit ook.
and just create our own little bit of decadence, bit of a sauce, just to take on that color. And we'll put it through a strainer, and then we'll have our lamb jus, proper lamb jus.
Sure.
So we don't waste anything.
Wel ek moet sê ek hou nou gou eers die review dop. Nou net om te kyk pas hy nou eintlik by sy naam. So dis hoekom ek nou nie eintlik antwoord gegee het nie. En kyk nou kom jy hele kleur by mekaar, né?
So we just want that to reduce now. Don't mind the little bits of curry leaves and all
Yes.
those things. We're going to put it through a sieve
Ja, en dan bly agter.
and then it will.
Nice.
So what we'll do now is we're just going to quickly fill our bags.
Yes.
I'm literally just going to put in a little bit so that I can show Auntie Abidah. So this is our chunky thyme mash. And the idea here is to just create a mound.
Okay.
So it's quite hot.
Okay. So
Luckily, this is a padded piping bag.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to I just want to make sure it comes out. So I'm going to do one Auntie Abidah. So the idea is for it to look pretty.
Yes.
So we're going to, for me, I will start the one.
Okay.
So I'll start the one and I'll make the mound. That's my mound.
Nou, maar toe gaan myne.
Auntie Abidah se een is
Langsaam.
reg langs aan myne
Langsaam.
dieselfde.
Okay, ons kyk. Ek is nie 'n koekmaker nie, so ek is nog nie heeltemal seker van wat ek nou hier gaan aanpak nie.
Wow.
Okay. As hierdie
That's fine. That's perfect.
sure. There we go. Wow.
Place one here,
Ja.
and I'll take another bowl. We'll take some carrots. Our cooking time. So we'll have our carrots, and then we also need to just give you a sprig of thyme, just for prettiness. I usually would just stick it through here. And then lastly, and that is your tandoori Karoo lamb cutlets with thyme mash and caramelized honey glazed carrots.
Nou laat ek dit gou-gou maar vir u oplig hou en net gou-gou vir u wys. Dit is nou vandag Abidah Dixon Mohamed se spesiaal. Nou vir wie en vir wat kook jy so?
So, Auntie Abidah, I found that there's a large demand for daily meals, daily lunches, office lunches, and daily dinners. I mean, people are professionals and they work hard, and then they get stuck in traffic until 6, 7 o'clock, and they don't have time to cook. So, I've always had this vision of bringing restaurant quality food and making that available to our people, and that's what I did. Now you can actually have affordable restaurant quality food. It's pre-packaged. I label it and I seal it, and it's delivered to your home or to your office, and it just makes life so much easier. So even though this was meant to be a private catering company for private events, I had to expand and give the people what they've asked for, because the demand is just so huge.
Maar ek moet dan vir jy sê, nee, ek wil nou nie lelik wees nie. Maar dis nou deur mense soos Wadia wat so party van ons so lui maak, nee. Wadia, nou as jy nou so besig is met al hierdie kosse, doen jy dit alleen of het jy helpers?
So I employ, I do employ for now I've got one staff member,
Okay.
and she's actually been with me through 3 different restaurants that I've worked previously at. And she's just my right hand, and she before I even say anything, if I think it, she knows what she has to prep for me. So she does all the mise en place, which is all the chopping and cutting and prepping. And I didn't want to take away from that chef experience in the meal that you're eating. So I prepared every single thing. Literally everything is cleaned and chopped for me, but it's still the chef's hand that is doing it for you. And I didn't want to take away that ambience, because I feel that nowadays everything is so mass produced. You want that feeling of a chef has cooked my meal, and that's what I'm wanting to do, is just to give you that personal experience of a chef cooked my meal, my dinner.
Nou, ek is dan seker as jy lyk nou so pragtig in jou chefklere en alles die, moes jy gaan studeer het om dan nou 'n chef te wees?
Yes, I studied for almost 3 years at HDA School of Culinary Art.
Ooh.
So I graduated from HDA, and I my vision, my dream really is to open a restaurant and actually encourage students to study through HDA or through my culinary school, and also make a kitchen, a halal kitchen, available for new students, for the next generation of chefs. So that is the dream, inshallah. I hope that can become one day a reality. So I really would like to make that available for new students to be able to do the internships with me. So.
Ek wil nou net vir jou gevra, doen jy ook workshops?
So I have done one workshop with my previous culinary school. Not much of a workshop, more of a grading for their practicals, and as well as motivational speaking to encourage them. I think students are challenged by the glamour of what it's like to be a chef in a restaurant. They don't know the behind the scenes stuff, that it's hard work. You have to be on your feet all the time. And the last restaurant I worked for, I mean, I would get into my car at 11:45 at night and drive, woman alone, drive home, because that's restaurant hours and you have to be flexible for that. So I do speak to them about the reality of becoming a chef, but not underplaying the fact that if it is your passion, do what you love and you never have to work another day in your life.
Nou, julle werk dan nou met kossoorte en allerlei tipe van goeders. Maar wat is dalk miskien in jou opinie 'n definitely no om kosse bymekaar te sit?
So, a no-no for me is using anything with preservatives. I think I've mentioned it with the garlic.
Yes.
I don't approve of anything that has got preservatives in it. Why use canned tomatoes when you can actually use fresh tomatoes? It's packed with so much flavor, natural flavor. Why use sugar when you can use honey? Why use the prepackaged garlic when you can actually just have it clean and put it in a processor and you've got fresh garlic? So I do encourage fresh produce and locally acquired produce as well.
Maar nou dan weer, soos ek vir ons gesê het, party van ons vir ons gaan sê, maar dit is net weer gemakliker.
I know, it's the easy way out. But I think it's preference, and I mean, if it works for you, no problem. But yeah, it does help. Every bit does help, because one has to worry about various cancers and stuff like that. So long-term use of things that has things like MSG and things like that in it, can't be good for you. So, and they say in Abidah, you are what you eat.
Oh,
you are what you eat.
Okay. En as ek what I eat. Dit is nou wat sy eintlik wil sê, né? Maar nou weet sy nie presies hoe om te sê. Maar ek sê vir jou baie shukran, dit was lekker om met jou te gesels.
My grootste plesier.
Soos jy nou kan sien, daar's Wadia se plate klaar gedoen. Ek gaan proe, sy gaan natuurlik vir my hardloop deur die bestanddele. Wadia, wat het jy alles gebruik hier?
Right, so once again the dish is Proe lamb, tandoori Proe lamb cutlets, and then we've got the Thai mash, we've got a lamb jus, and we've got caramelized honey glazed carrots. How's that?
Le jus. Oh, very nice.
Very decadent with the lamb. So for the cutlets, we pre-marinated them. We used some yogurt, a cup of yogurt. We used a teaspoon of garam masala, a teaspoon of jeera powder and paprika, and we added the garlic and coriander mix. Is there a bit of crunch in there still? It's got to have that sweet crunch in there. And curry leaves, we've mixed that together to create that tandoori beautiful flavor. We added a bit of saffron powder to give that beautiful color that you can see. We marinated them. These are the female cutlets, so we did them 2 minutes aside. And for the honey glazed carrots, we also grilled them for about 5 minutes aside then. The honey glazed carrots, we just added 2 tablespoons of honey, and we added a knob of butter, about 25 grams of butter. And we infused our potatoes with some thyme.
Sure.
And that is our Proe lamb.
Sure.
How's that?
Sure. No words.
Can
Absolutely no words.
you taste the herbaceous flavor that the lamb actually has? It sounds so different.
That's why I actually did pull it now with my fingers.
Ja.
I'm not cutting it.
Ja.
Sodat mense kan sien, dit is eintlik vir hom so lekker sag. Wel, ek kan vir julle sê, ek kan julle maar net lekker lus maak. Maar hierdie vrou, sy ken van kwak.